students, welcome to Learners University. I'm Rupal Kaur Anand and in today's video we will learn another topic that is related to environment. So the name of the topic we are going to do today is resources. So let's read what basically resources are. As you can see in this picture, you can see that there is proper cars, houses, rivers, and all these are part of environment. And when anything that satisfy our need is called as resources. Anything that is satisfy our needs are called as resources. But tobacco isn't the resource. Tobacco is not our resource, or the alcohol is not our resource. Why? Because it is not culturally accepted, economically feasible, and technologically available. So technically what I'm trying to tell you is anything that satisfy our needs are our resource, but it should be culturally accepted. Like tobacco is not culturally accepted, so it is not a resource. Second, it is economically feasible, and that means it should be available to us. That means it shouldn't be that expensive. Third, technologically available. Just like at earlier times, we have no idea that dams could, like, we can generate hydropower with the help of running water. But now it is available, right? So it is very important for a resource to be culturally accepted, economically feasibility, and technologically available. Okay, so these are the definition of resources. Moving ahead, let's see what are resource dependent on. Basically anything is resource, but it should be like that satisfy our need, the first condition. The second, it should be culturally accepted, economically feasible, technologically available. That's a definition. But if we talk about what makes a normal substance or a product a resource, so that is utility and value. So any resources, anything can be resource, but it should have a utility. Utility means use of that thing. Suppose, just suppose we are using mobile phones nowadays to study. I'm using this PPT to help to record this video for the students, and anything that we use that has a use is a resource, that we use regularly is a resource. This is the first thing. Okay, so utility means use of that thing. Usability is what makes an object or substance a resource. All resources have some value. Now the second one is value. Value means worth of this thing. Suppose if I'm using a pen, blue pen, and it is like the ink of the pen is full. So now the that pen is it also comes in the utility. I need that pen, it has utility and it has value until unless that pen got like stopped working, or its ink got finished. So the value basically means worth. So some resources have economic value, some have mental peace. Now so why do we all decided to go on a dinner with the friends or a family in the weekday, in the weekends? Because it helps us to gain the mental peace. So anything that has a worth, not only economical, like not it is not can measure not only in the money terms, monetary terms, but also in the emotional like emotional part of our life. It also satisfy the emotional part of our life. So it, that is a resource. So resources should have utility, should have value, should be culturally accepted, economically feasible, technologically available, and most importantly should satisfy our needs. Moving ahead, let's discuss the other part. So what are the factors that is responsible in changing of resources? Now we are saying that 100 years back we do not have these laptops, right? We do not have mobile phones. So at that time we teaching used to be done on the blackboards or simple boards, that what we call, and with the help of books. and now we have smart classes and all this different websites from which we can take the notes, right? So technological advancement हुई है, ठीक है, with the help of time. जैसे पहले at the earlier times we don't know, simple example, we never knew that hydropower could be possible, but now we know कि oh my god, we can create electricity from the running water. So with time and technology, these are the factors that is responsible for change in the resources. Technology is application of latest knowledge and skills in doing or making things. Nowadays, you just like now during the pandemic and lockdowns, we are using YouTube channels, or we are using Zoom classes to take whatever our teachers teach us to understand, right? So these mobile phones or laptops or technology that we use are the basic part of our life. So that means it affects the resources. So resources change according to the two factors. First is technology and second is time. So moving ahead, let's discuss the types of resources. So basically, resources are divided into three major types. First is natural resources, second is human resources, third is human made resources. Now in natural resources, there are the it is further divided into on the basis of origin, on the basis of renewability and all these things. But in this video we are not including that. I will try to upload a video in which the types of natural resources are mentioned. But right now we are just taking a overview of the resources and types of resources. So basically, if we look at the brief summary, we could see that their resources are divided into three parts: natural, human, and human made. Right. So let's start with the natural resource. Natural resource is anything that is related to nature. That means animal resources, crude oil, forest resources, natural gas, wind power, land resources, water resources, or metals, minerals, rocks, everything that is related to nature, that is called as natural resources. Like the air we breathe, the water we drink, the trees we take oxygen from. Like trees are like a basic, basic thing in the all natural resources. Trees not only give us vegetables, it also gives us medicines, also gives us oxygen, right? It helps to prevent soil erosion. So there are a lot of qualities trees do have. The trees are basic and essential natural resource. Similarly, water is an essential one natural resource. So trees, water, rocks, and rivers, and animals, and butterflies, insects, and all these that is related to nature is resources. Resources that are drawn from nature without modification. Like we are using something of we are using water without changing it. Okay, it is natural. So like we are using trees for oxygen, but when we modify the tree, suppose this is a like we cut the we like bark of tree, we cut it and make paper from it. But when it becomes paper, it is not a natural resource. When it is a tree, it is a natural resource, but when it becomes like the bark of tree becomes a paper, it's not a natural resource. It comes in a human made resource because human made it. Well, we are coming to that point. But here I'm just trying to tell you that natural resource is anything that we are extracting from nature and using it without modification. Like water we drink, trees we like that help us to take oxygen, and it is included in natural resource. Next we will study about human made resources. Like I have given you the example, like there is a tree and we cut the bark of tree and we making the paper from it. Or suppose we are taking wood, we are cutting wood to make tables and chairs. So the tables, chairs, and what we call it, pencils, papers, pens, or whatever that is, plastics. From plastic we are make tables, sorry, buckets, right? From plastic we make buckets, or we make water bottle. From metal, metal is a natural resource, and from metal uh, we make cars. So cars, these all are the human made resource, because human have modified the natural resource into, like, modify the original form of natural resource to something more useful. So when humans change original form of natural resource to something more useful, it is called human made resources. For example, bridges, we use rocks. Like, rocks are natural resource and bridges are human made resource. So you can see the difference. When it is like we it's origin, let's say the natural resource in original form, it is a part of natural resource, but when it is modified, it is human made resource. Moving ahead, let's discuss the last types of resource, that is human resource. Basically, when we talk about human resource, we are talking about people. People have knowledge, people have skills, people have interest, people make religion, people make community, people like education. They are part of, they make friendships, they make relations, and everything that is related to humans are part of human resource, right? They have knowledge, they have skills, abilities. In fact, technology is a part of human made resource. We made dams, right? Water is a natural resource, but when we make dams using rocks and water, it's a dam is example of human made resource. But the ability to use that thing is the part of human made resource. So technically, people can make best use of nature to create more resources with their knowledge, skills, abilities, technologies. People are human resources. Education, health helps in making people a valuable resource. It includes metals and mental and physical abilities. So I think this is it, but let me give you an example, like an exercise. So in comment box, tell me which is part of what resources. So these are 10 examples. First, try pause the video. Try to answer yourself ki what is the which is part of what resource. But now let's just although I was trying, like, I wanted you to tell me this in the comment section, but now I'm kind of discussing it. So water is the part of natural resource. Trees are the part of natural resource. Roads are the part of human made resource. Insects are the part of natural resource. Technology is a part of human made resource. Religion is a human resource because it consists of people, right? Relations are human resource. Wells are like kuan, like, kuan, you've seen it, you must have seen, like kuan, or wells or tube wells. They are part of human made resource because we constructed. Okay, see, groundwater is a natural resource, but when we are talking about tube wells, we are using groundwater and we construct it, like we construct the tube wells, we construct the wells. So wells or tube wells is a human made resource, but groundwater is a natural resource. Okay, building is a human made resource, clothes are a human made resource. So this is it, we have completed this video. Thank you. And I hope you understand the difference between natural, human made, and human resources. You understand the factors on which the resources are, like change in resources are dependent. You have understood the two things that make and make anything a resource, and definitely the definition of resources. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share, and don't forget to press the bell icon and stay connected. Have a good day.